What's up, y'all? It's your girl EPIFAN3, pronounced Epiphany, not Epiphan, spelled like this right here. I want to talk about the concept of receiving. Most people preach the concept of giving all the time, you know, and we know that. We know we should be givers, good sowers, but we also should be good receivers. This is something that has taken me a while to grasp the concept of. I'm being very transparent. I struggle with it because I'm used to being a giver. I'm used to providing and doing things for other people and being selfless. And so I'm working on that, learning how to be a better receiver and even take small kind gestures, whether I need it or not, you know, just learn how to receive when somebody takes on the act of giving. Check out this video explaining just that.
Whole concept of not being able to receive. It's almost like we've been given this message that the highest form of value is to give, and whoever gives the most, whoever serves the most. But here's the thing, if you don't have someone on the receiving end, how can you give? So both need to be in place. You need a giver and a receiver for this kind of transaction to take place. And we feel like receiving is taking or being needy or putting our own needs above someone else's, like it's selfish. But I had a mentor of mine mention this to me years ago, that the joy that I get from giving when someone receives my gift, I'm basically robbing someone of that same joy when I'm not able to be open and receive their gift in return. So receiving isn't just about me. It's about the other person too. And I'm giving them the gift of the joy of giving. And so it goes both ways. There's a joy in giving and a joy in receiving. And we need each other to be able to give and receive that gift. And so what would it be like for you to look at receiving differently? And this is the part about around loving ourselves, is being open to allow people to give to us. And
because it's healthy, karmically it's natural, and this is the cycle of life. This is what makes the world go round. If you're going to be a giver, you have to also learn how to receive. So this is for the people with the big hearts, the people who's always doing things for other people and find it really hard to receive the gestures of others. I'm encouraging you to learn how to receive, because number one, it's morally respectful to receive the offer. And it creates a balance in the karmic cycle. There's always a yin and a yang, you know, a receive and a give. A failure to learn how to receive, it will create depletion, total emptiness in your soul, to your soul's core, I promise. Because receiving isn't always about material value, material worth. Sometimes you may have a hard time receiving compliments. You know, you may have a hard time receiving affection, you know, or love or advice, or there's so many things that you can fill in that blank. But sometimes you have a problem with receiving and you don't realize it. But you will suffer from depletion of financial exhortation, spiritual, mental exhaustion. And it will happen, trust me, because we all need something. We all need something one way or another. If you're set financially, you're wealthy as all get out, you may have some emotional needs. You know, maybe you need some kindness from others. Maybe you need love and affection from others. Maybe you just need a compliment that day. You know, it doesn't have to be a material based need, but you have to learn how to receive it. It's natural to be rewarded and to see a return, but that's just how the cycle works. If you put out, you get back. What you put out, you get back. Just have to naturally learn how to be a part of that cycle and not interrupt that flow. When you create a habit of rejecting gestures and offers or gifts, it sends off a signal to God or the universe or whatever you believe in, but it sends off a signal that you don't have a need, like you don't need anything. So it blocks the flow of things making its way back to you. So maybe the kind gestures and the little offerings and gifts, the little cards, or the few dollars that somebody tried to give you, or the lunch that they tried to buy you, those small gestures, maybe you didn't need those, but maybe you need confidence. Maybe you need a resourceful idea. Maybe there's something else you need. But when you create a consistent rejection, then it blocks the flow of you actually receiving the things that you actually need. It's like water. If there's a flow of abundance of all these little small gestures and things that you don't need that are making its way to you, and it's because you deserve it. You've earned it. Also learn that you've earned that. You've earned this flow of abundance. You've earned this flow of nice people and gestures and love, and somebody paying for your lunch and letting you jump the line, and somebody offering to do this or help you do that. You've earned that. Just receive it. You have to be a receiver too. So once you start blocking that, it's like putting boulders across that creek. You're going to block that flow, and it's going to break it up. It may stop depending on how big those blockages are, or it may break it up, and then the stream may break off into other little smaller increments. But you block off the flow, and then you won't be open to receive what it is that you actually desire. You've already cut off the flow of things to you. Those are the signals that you're sending out. So those will be the signals that you receive back. So at some point, you may not even receive kind gestures and offers anymore, considering you've sent out the energy of rejection over and over and over again. So God is like, all right, okay, I keep sending stuff to you, you keep saying no, you keep turning it down. Okay, well, I'll stop. But yeah, you interrupt the flow of things when you disrupt your karmic cycle. Learn how to receive. When you continue to reject, you create a state of rejection. So if you find yourself in a state of rejection, you may find that it spills over to other things in your life. And a lot of the times when we have like a disruption in flow, and we have like a negative, we have a negative state that we reside in, it usually affects every other aspect of your life. So it kind of helps you identify with it and hopefully disrupt that state and enter into a more positive one. You may find yourself always having to stop at street lights. You may find yourself at red lights all the time. You may find yourself having to wait in the longest lines when you go to the bank or when you go to the store. You may find yourself your name being called last. You may find yourself just in the position of waiting all the time, because that's the state you've created for yourself. You have to program yourself to see it differently in order to receive a different reaction, a different result, So learn how to receive. You may be actually cutting off your intended blessings by overlooking and bypassing the smaller ones because you don't see a need or fit for it, but it's just karmically what's entitled to you. Giving is exercised in such an unlimited amount of ways, just as receiving is exercised in so many different ways. So you can't continue to just reject small offers because I don't need it. It's a cycle. It's an interchangeable cycle. So by you receiving a small gesture from a person, they also karmically receive for the gesture that was made to you. So it's like a domino effect, you know what I mean? My grandmother always said, don't stop my blessing. Like if she tried to do something for a person and reject it, she'd say, nope, take it, because you ain't gonna stop my blessing. And not even to a certain extent. It's actually true. It's just the way energy works. Once you've given, that's energy exchanged. So you have to receive energy back. It could be gratitude, happiness, a smile. Like it's interchangeable. So once you transferred energy over to a person, then you also receive it on the back end. That's just how it works. It's an ongoing cycle. So learn how to be just as much as a receiver as you are a giver, because karmically it's entitled to you. That's me preaching to the choir. The pot calling the kettle. I'm learning too, y'all. Thanks for watching. In the meantime, choose you to invest, be blessed, and stress less. Thank y'all for watching this video. Until the next one, mwah, your girl.